If I'm not a failure, even if I fail 100 times, then don't believe that you're a failure. You're not a failure. You are here for a reason. Take one day at a time. Keep trying. And you can see your full potential when you do your best.
Ayuda y todavía chifla.
Un momento, por favor. Check. Hello? Más. Gracias. You don't know what you can achieve until you try. When you fail, try again. Let me talk to you about how I began my speaking career. When I was, first of all, 13 years old, I had an experience playing soccer. And my parents always told me from the very beginning, be thankful. I'm like, how can I be thankful when everyone else has more than me? Well, when I was 13 years old, I was playing soccer. And the ball came, hit my foot, bent backwards, all against itself, and I heard I sprained my foot at 13 years old. If you've never sprained your foot, it hurts. For 3 weeks, I couldn't use my little foot. I need my foot for everything. For 3 weeks, I was in bed. I felt disabled for the very first time. If I had to walk, I had to walk with my foot in the air like this. And it was very, very annoying. I want to tell you something, that if you do not do your best with what you have, you will never reach your full potential. If you never do your best with what you have today, you will not do your best with what you have tomorrow. If you never do your best with what you have today, you will never reach your full potential. Potential. I didn't know what my potential was. And you want to know something? I used that example as a janitor at my school. You remember your career goals? Because my janitor at my school was the first guy to tell me, Nick, you should be a speaker. And I'm like, what? I said, nah, man, I got nothing to say. No, you're gonna be a speaker, a janitor. For 3 months he told me at school, you're going to be a speaker, you're going to be a speaker, you're going to be a speaker. I said, tú eres loco, man, you're just crazy, alright? Just stop it. Finally, I spoke in front of a small group at my school because of my janitor. And the people started crying. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much for crying and making me feel good, alright? That was not good, okay? Then my phone got a couple different calls. Nick, can you come speak here? Can you come speak there? Very, very, very small speaking engagements. And I didn't think I was good at all. I'm telling you, I wasn't that good at all. But one day, I found myself in front of 300 16-year-olds. And I didn't know what to do. Again, my palms were sweaty. And what happened was, within 3 minutes, half the girls were crying. And this one girl in the middle of the room started weeping. And she couldn't stop crying. She put up her hand. She said, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but can I come up there and give you a hug? And in front of everybody, she came and she hugged me, and she cried on my shoulder, and she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. No one's ever told me that they loved me, No one's ever told me that I'm beautiful the way I am. And I was in shock. I remembered if my parents never told me those things, I wouldn't be here. I want to tell you something. When you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle for someone else. When I was 10 years old, I thought to myself, I'm the only one on earth with this pain. But 6 years ago, I met that little boy with no arms, no legs in California. He was born just like me. No medical reason why. He had a foot. And I looked at him and I was like, wow, we're going to wrestle later on. So I got his father to bring him up on stage. And he's only a little guy, 19 months old. And he's looking up at me, and I'm looking down at him, and I couldn't believe it. And I said to myself, wow, I never had an example to learn from. But what if I am that example for little Daniel? What if I can be his older brother? His mom